Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday night evening service. And I would like to introduce our guest vocalist, songwriter, singer, Terry Wilder.
Good evening. Father taught me lessons, a teacher and a friend, said here's the family business, love without end. So I'm here to carry on, share the light that has guided me, with a question or two that I'm asking of you. Maybe you can help me to see. How can I love you more? And how can I be kinder? How can I be there for you when you're needing me? The answer's worth waiting for. You never have to find your way alone. How can I love you more? Beloved to beloved, with strangers passing by, between parents and their children, eye to eye. We are here for just a while. Every moment is ours to live. When we ask from the heart, then it's easy to start, and there's only more to give. Turn to someone near you. Think of someone you love. Ask, how can I love you more?
How can I love you?
And how can I be kinder? How can I be there for you when you're needing me? The answer's worth waiting for. You never have to find your way alone. How can I love you more? Good for all the world, good for all that will ever be, good for every dream, good for all of eternity. Put your hand over your heart. Now ask yourself, how can I love you more? And how can I be kinder? How can I be there for you when you're needing me? The answer's worth waiting for. You never have to find your way alone. How can I love you more? How can I love you more? How can I love you more?
Terry Wilder, and I say to you, how can we love you more? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Good evening and welcome. I am not Lori Mack, but I am Lori Sheets, one of Seaside staff ministers, and I am just delighted to be here with all of you tonight. So, if you haven't lit your candle, go ahead and come up and do that now. And be sure that you think of some intention that you're making as you light it, so it will have meaning.
I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I have all I need. I allow, I receive, I accept, I believe that I am all I need now.
Is our time when we slip into that sacred communication with God. Simply allow your eyes to close, knowing that all of your needs are met. That all you need to do is to stay in this present moment and breathe. And breathe. Allow the presence of God to work through you and your life, here and now.
So let us continue to breathe into the loving presence of this moment and feeling the light of spirit. The divine essence of our soul is light and love. And love guides our very existence. There is a power and a presence that permeates every cell of our being. It moves in through and as all that we say, we feel, we think, we do. Spirit is the creator of all existence. Spirit is the creator that resides within my soul. The spirit within is the voice of inspiration. The spirit within is the understanding and acceptance of truth as love and wholeness. The spirit within is the conscious awareness of our unity with all of life. There is no separation. We are all one harmony, one infinite field of possibility and potential. It is the matrix of life. So I accept the perfection of this evening, and as it unfolds with grace and ease, knowing that we are all exactly where we're supposed to be. And I give deep thanks for Reverend Lori Sheets, for I know there is power in her words and passion. In the deep depths of her soul, it is spirit, delighting in itself and outpicturing itself as this service, and how grateful I am to share this evening. And so it is. Hello, my name is Kay Samuelson. And I have a reading, it's called Unconditional Acceptance and What It Brings by Matt Kahn. Yes, acceptance is a choice, a way of being. The first step towards change is awareness. The second is acceptance. Acceptance of what has happened is how to overcome the consequences of any misfortune. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding that something is what it is, and there's got to be a way through it. Finding the lesson or purpose behind every challenge will help you embrace it instead of fighting it. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That will only create sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally. Acceptance is our true nature, freely provided to each of us. And resistance is a learned trait due to self-limiting beliefs. There are two ways out of a problem. Accept what is happening, see the positive, and choose to change it. Or be miserable and fight against the universe. It's okay to be exactly who you are. It's okay to not like yourself in order to love yourself. Wisdom is knowing what you have to accept. It's okay because it's happening. Accept what is. Ask, what are the choices that will rectify this situation? Acceptance must be in conjunction with self-inspired action. Life has its rhythm, and we have ours. They're designed to coexist in harmony, so that when we do what is ours to do, and otherwise let life be, we garner acceptance and serenity. Our resilience is accepting and loving what is. And so it is. So there will be Bob and myself, and we'd love to share prayer this evening. We'll meet you at the chapel if you'd like prayer this. And so let us welcome Reverend Lori Sheets.
Ooh. Yes, now's when you clap. Thank you. I appreciate it. And good evening again. You know, I found a story and I read it. I found a story that was about a little boy, a young man, who in his family, his mother used to make breakfast and dinner every day. Not in my house, but every single day. And one day, Mom came home and she was just exhausted. She was so tired that she put in front of her husband eggs, sausage, and burnt toast. Well, the little kid said, "Gosh, I wonder if anyone is going to say anything about this." But he watched his father slab on the butter and slab on the jam, didn't say a word, and ate his burnt toast. Well, it was time for the little boy to say goodnight to his dad, and he said, "Dad, did you really like that burnt toast?" And the father just commented, "Son, you know, your mom was so tired. And you know, burnt toast isn't so bad anyway." And that was an important lesson for the little boy. He went on, and when he got older, he realized that the little things, the burnt toast, things that you would have liked to not accepted, but you accept it anyways. You accept it because it meant a lot to the mom. This evening, we're going to go in the kitchen and we're going to make some burnt toast. How many people like burnt toast? Some people, oh, there is not a smile in the place. I do not like burnt toast. But burnt toast in this situation, it represents those things that we would like to not accept, but we do accept. Okay, we'll have a little burnt toast. So tonight I want to talk about acceptance. And acceptance has been coming up for me quite a bit lately. First of all, I think that it's a very important part of healing, of our healing, is to accept whether it's an illness or whether it's a broken heart. It's very important. If there's a situation where there is a miscommunication with a family member or in a relationship, you want to be able to accept that. And I think it was in Kay's, her reading that said, you can't change something unless you accept it. You can't change something unless you accept it, unless you can really get your head around it and accept it. Now, I believe that acceptance is a spiritual practice. And the reason I say that is because we know that God orchestrates everything, and we know that everything is in divine order. And so because those are part of our beliefs, accepting what is and accepting what is not becomes very important because it's driven by the loving presence of God. So we're accepting what is and we're accepting what is not. Does that make sense? Nathaniel Braden talked about this thing with acceptance and change, and he said that the first step to change is awareness, and the second step to change is acceptance. So my experience recently with acceptance, right after Sharon Trevette's beautiful, her celebration of life, I was in a car accident. And I realized as I started to go through this process called car accident, that there were a lot of layers of accepting. And I might start here and I would accept a piece of this experience, and then I would find that I had to go even deeper to really accept it. I had to accept what was going on in my body, in my neck. I had to be very, very mindful. And one thing that was very nice to accept is that I had to be grateful and chose to be grateful that it wasn't worse than what it was, and that no one in the other cars was hurt in a very bad way. And lastly, I had to accept how our insurance companies work. My car insurance, my medical insurance, it was a real unfolding, and it was something that I had to accept in order to change it, in order to get on the other side of it. But boy, fortunately I hadn't been in an accident like that before in a while. So again, it's simmering down and accepting, and then moving forward. It's a distinct step. I'm going to accept what is, I'm going to accept what isn't, and I'm going to keep moving forward. When I started to think about this topic of acceptance, because I was accepting my auto insurance company so much, but another teacher that I remembered might be good in this topic was one that I truly loved, and that's Byron Katie. Anybody familiar with her? Absolutely, I think, absolutely fascinating. She has created this process that she calls the work. She works with people one-on-one and takes them through a process so that the person can question their thoughts. She teaches us to question our thoughts. And when we do that, we have a lot more options that are open to us. So the 4 questions that she asks after an individual might tell her their situation, whether it's a relationship or whatever is going on in their life that they want help for. And the first thing, is it true? Is what you're saying true? And she says that most people say, well, yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is true. And the second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? and she has some questions to ask so that you can get down to yes, it's true, or no, it's not true. And then the third question is, how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? How do you react? What happens when you believe this thought that you have sworn is true? She's asking for your reaction. And then lastly, she asks, who would you be without that thought? Who would you be without that thought? Her process has freed up a lot of people and gotten them to shift from being very steadfast in what they're believing to looking at their thoughts and possibly thinking that there might be something different going on. And when we change, that's what we want to do. We want to change perception. So I have a clip to show you that's, if you haven't seen her.
I need, and fill it in your own. But it's what we're doing here. You know, when you ask, what is the work? First, we identify the thoughts we're thinking and believing that would bring on the stress, that would bring on the war, that would bring on the you know, literally every war in the world. This is what governments are thinking about other people. You know, there are no new stressful thoughts. And when you identify your own and you put them on the paper, then you understand the world. When you understand yourself, you understand the world. End of mystery. So you continue to fill in this worksheet, and there are 6 statements. And then we take the first one, I'm angry at my son because he opened the window. Okay. There are 4 questions, and then we turn these statements around. So he shouldn't open the window. I'm angry at my son because he opened the window. He opened the window. Is it true? That's the first question. He opened the window, and I'm just going to sit in that, and I'm going to allow the wisdom that I'm asking to meet the question. You understand? He opened the window. I'm so positive he opened the window. I see it in my mind's eye. He opened the window. Is it true? Where's my proof? Well, it's in my head. Is that a window? No. It looks like a window, but that's air. It's nothing. It's not even air. You can't even touch it. I am allowing imagination. You know, the moment I believe it, it implies that window of time that you pointed to, Ollie. It's like a past. Where's my proof of the past? Oh, I see it. It's in my mind's eye.
Yeah, I know that's true.
You'll open the window. There it is. There's my proof. There's my proof in my head. Can't see it, can't touch it, can't. Crazy, huh? So he opened the window. Is it true? Okay, I'm witnessing the images. Yes.
So this is one that she's going through her process. Is that true?
In that moment in time, he opened the window. Is it true? I have all the proof there. So you're going to find the most amazing things when you sit in this.
So
the ego's going to convince you that imagination is real, and it can never be.
And we're so
never be.
When our mind's unquestioned, we're so sure that we're right, that that's how it happened, that that's what they meant, that that's what they wanted out of that situation. If you think of a time, anyone who's watching or listening, if you think of a time recently where someone slighted you, or you felt offended by something someone did or didn't do, and you look at what your mind is saying about that, you'll see that we know not only exactly what they did, but we also know why they did it, how they intended to hurt us, what kind of person they are because
I've
of that.
never done that.
We're so
I
fixed
have
on that, there's no room
not.
to move.
Yeah, and we think we know all these things, and then we question them because what we are thinking, what we think we know about life, is now on a sheet of paper in that moment in time. And then, as you, the first question is it true? Second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? Third question, notice how you react when you believe the thought. And that's huge. Did I give him the look? Did I punish him in any way? Was I cold? Was I distant? Did I separate? I completely lost connection. It was just, there's so much in that. How did I react? How do I react when I believe the thought? The window's more important than a human being. A window's more important than my son. Whether it's open or closed, and my privacy, it's so crazy just noticing. And then
And
fourth
so
question,
I'm going to take that
who would
down.
I be in that moment?
Is that a stage
Takes
term? Because I
mindfulness, it
took an
takes
acting
stillness.
class
Who would I be in
recently.
that moment? And
Yes. And then the last one is, who would you be without that thought? I thought it was absolutely fascinating because we aren't exactly, it's not that we're not trusting our thoughts, we're just questioning them. Is that true? Just very subtle ways. Now, the good news is that I have these worksheets outside one of the tables that you can do. And if you have any questions, if you can go to the YouTube and have her talk you through one. But if you have an issue or a relationship or something, I invite you to check this out and see if it takes off some of the angst and some of the energy and the anxiety that tends to build up when we're having a problem in a relationship. So do this. Good stuff. Good stuff. So as we're talking about accepting, would you just play with me a minute? Okay, I got one person to play. Okay, that's enough. Go ahead, and if you're comfortable, go ahead and allow your eyes to close, coming fully present to right here and right now. Breathing in the breath of God, breathing out all of those ideas and beliefs that no longer serve you. And when you're ready, bring into your mind's eye answering this question: what is it in your life that you are having a hard time accepting? What is it in your life that you're having a hard time accepting? Could be a relationship, something about yourself, something about a work. Just breathe. I'm not going to make you go through 4 questions. What are you having trouble with accepting? And as that is in your mind's eye, I want to invite you to fully accept that situation or that thing for 1 minute. Fully accept that situation or person or yourself. Fully accept for 1 minute. And now, as you come to a close with gathering these thoughts, go ahead and very gently bring your awareness back to the room, breathing in the breath of God, breathing out all that no longer serves us, and become fully present here. Now, part of what I wanted to talk about was acceptance as a path to peace. And if you were able for 1 minute to fully accept the person or the situation that you are having difficulty with, some of the benefits that you might have experienced were ease in your body, or grace, or gratitude, or even peace. Because that was certainly my experience when I had my laundry list of things that I was accepting and accepting and accepting. I stopped fighting some of the bureaucracies, at least in my mind, and I just kept accepting. And with time, I did experience peace. And so my invitation to you is to look at where you are accepting things, where you are not, where you are given your all as far as your energy, and where you are not. And I know that as you fully accept who you are, where you are, and what your situations are, that you will feel the peace of God within your soul. Thank you. Terry Wilder is back with us.
And Jim.
And Jim.
Yes.
Yay.
I'm not doing this alone.
Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is falsehood, let me bring truth. Where there is pain, I'll comfort you. Where there is silence, let me sing praise. Where there's despair, let me bring hope. Where there is blindness, let me bring sight. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. And with these words I speak, grant that I may not seek to be heard, but to hear, to be consoled, but to console, to be seen, but to see, to be loved, but to love. For when we give love, we will receive.
goosebumps. Now is our time of our tithes and offerings. And if I could have the ushers come up for a prayer over the baskets. And so we simply know that this universe is abundant, it is prosperous, and we are prosperous. And so we simply stand ready to receive all that we desire and ready to give all that we have. For we are in the flow of life, we are in the flow of knowing this abundance and knowing that we are part of it. And for that I am grateful, and so it is.
Do you want to say the affirmation?
Let's go ahead and together say the affirmation. Freely I give, freely I receive. I am immersed in the universal flow, knowing my gift does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Thank you, that reminder. And now we have our circle of love that I would like to start. This is where we take a moment to acknowledge people in your families and in your worlds that might need a little bit extra prayer and attention. And I will not be hitting the bell. We're just going to take the names. So anyone want to start? Yes. Nancy? Alex. Danina? Robin and Catherine. Eric. Gail. Tamara. Lonnie and Marissa. Drew, Victoria, and Jean. Sheila. Attila, Asa, and Lonnie. Jeff? Please close your eyes right now and right here. Know that our awareness and our consciousness is with all of these people, all of the people within the sound of my voice. For I know that love heals, that accepting heals, and I know that for each person who has been mentioned, I am grateful to know that their friends are here, that they can be mentioned and brought into our awareness. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, and so it is. Thank you. And now we have just a few announcements. And these all will support Lori. She is with her family on vacation. And again, I'm very honored that she invited me to be here. But this one is a multi-faith event, which is Sunday the 18th at 7 o'clock. Reverend Lori Mack is going to be teaching the foundation class during the day on not sure what day of the week, but check it out. And lastly, October 16th, there is a sunset Sufi dance. Doesn't that sound cool? And devotional singing at Moonlight Beach. So there's information, as always, out in the family room for that. So take a look. And now I would like to ask everyone to stand, if they will, to do the universal blessing. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you forevermore. And now our closing song.
Let your hearts fill with peace from the angels who love our world. Let your hearts fill with peace from the angels who love our world. Peace will change 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 our world. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our world. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our world. In our world.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you on Sunday.
Enjoy the burnt toast. People get ready, there's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. People get ready for the train to Jordan. It's picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among the loved ones the most. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances are thinner, 'cause there's no hiding place on the kingdom throne. People get ready. Train, get on board, get on board, get on board. Oh, people of the world, join hands and start a love train. Love train. Get on board. Start a love train. Train is coming, don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith and hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. All right, thank you. That was for Lori. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Laurie. Thank you, Terry. Practitioners, thank you, Kat.